Welcome back to my channel.
Welcome back to my channel. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in today. Look, I want to take a minute to thank all my new people for coming aboard. Y'all got my numbers blowing up. I appreciate it. I want to let you know too, I can't see, so let me clean my glasses. But I want to thank you all for sharing the information and subscribing to my channel, taking time to comment. I read all your comments. I try to respond to as many of them as humanly possible, and always email me. You guys know I'm at Tia, Niki, and Merida at gmail.com. So just a sincere thank you. My numbers have increased a lot, so I see you, and I want to thank you. So this week, as I clean my glasses, we are getting into isolation, honey. You know, this is a hot topic. And you know, for my channel, I'm not about the frills, the pretty things. I like to get into what's preventing you from making the move, what's preventing you from taking on the leap of faith. So that is, for my new people, that is what we talk about here in Tia and Niki's crib. We talk about, hey, the deep things, the things that actually keep us stagnant and keep us from wanting to uproot, not knowing that we can reroot anywhere. Plants, you could take them out of one pot and put them into a bigger pot, right? So I want to get you to get into a bigger pot, the one that's for you. So I always got my trusty notes, y'all. So we're going to get into it. Isolation, what attributes to it, definitely why we are so isolated. And I'm going to tell you, and I will speak from my experience. When I was in the States, I just really had an issue with connecting. I think that it was partly me moving from different places. So a lot of us have family that's spread out, and that's like the first disconnect, from the cousin you grew up with who moved out of state, or you moved out of state, or you moved so far that you can't hold hands and make mud pies and all that stuff, right? From when you were little. So I think the disassociation, the isolation, the feeling of loneliness, or because they're different between being alone and lonely, right? They start from a very young age. And depending on the depth of that disconnect of the trauma, we carry these things, like most things, with us throughout life, right? So that is my journey. It started with building connections with people and leaving, because I've lived in several different states. I have these groups of friends in different states, and then things happen. Time moves on, right? Life happens, and you become distant, and more you start this distance, right, till you close. And it's just so much, it's just not enough time to catch up on all the stuff that's happened. It's so many things that have been transformative in your life. And they know a different version of you, right? They know the version before you healed. They know the version before you got your degree. They know the version, before you were married, or pubescence. I'm probably saying that wrong, but y'all know what I mean. So these different versions of yourself that different groups of people may know, and then it forms a disconnect because you just simply outgrow the connection. Things like work, having work relationships, and then leaving that job, and the dissolution of that friendship or the closeness you had with the person. I was thinking about it, and these are the things that happened to me. And you work at a place for a long time, we call it our work family, right? And then all of a sudden that person leaves, and it really affects it. It affected me, you know. And so I think we start building up this protective layer, this protective, unhealthy disassociation with people, and ultimately ourselves, because I think it is absolutely necessary to have productive and healthy and supportive relationships. Now, I think that now, because I'm here and I have it, but I understand being in the States where it's like not available, right? It's like I would have them if I could find somebody on my wavelength, if I could find somebody who's vibrating at the same level that I am. So I understand that these things play a big role in who we become and who we don't become. I know of people, I read your emails, and a lot of it is isolation. So work, going to work, y'all, you spend more time at work than at home in a lot of cases. I know me, I worked overtime, getting all that money, right? At the sacrifice of relationships with family and friends, and then also getting at an age where you don't meet anyone new. So you have this group of old friends. So you're working day and night, and when you come home, you're tired. You don't want to go out, or if you do, it's a push. It's uncomfortable because either there's satisfaction or frustration, right? So I think that plays a dynamic part because it's such a huge part of the culture. And then we moved into the work from home culture, which enforces more isolation, right? The CV-19, more isolation. A friend and I were talking about the children that didn't get to graduate with their class, just because of what was going on with the health scare. So we know that these things will be long-lasting. They're traumatic. So later on in life, this part of their life will definitely affect their future, right? So the same thing with us. And even though we're older group and we, can adjust better, we're still feeling that trauma. So we can imagine how they feel, right? And so there's a little kid in us that's like, yeah, I feel that way too, right? Yeah. Just that total disconnect. Now, not only are you disconnected from the family because they spread out, the issues that we have with one another, the issues we have with ourselves, now that work family is kind of dissipated because we're now, WFM working from home. So these are so many layers that attribute to, it's not one thing. I think it's a cumulative experiences that really attribute to our isolation. We choose. Another factor is we choose to separate or be isolated because of toxic friends and family, and not having accessibility to better quality people. There are some of us that would rather have a few good friends than a bunch of acquaintances, right? That if you need them, they're busy. The friends, they're there, So I think having a support system, having family, even if it's not blood, people that we now feel so close, karmic connection to, that are family and friends to support us, because as we get older, our loved ones will leave us, right? So we'll need somebody to help support us. So that is what I wanted to say about the work thing. And I want to move into the self-limitations. So a lot of times, going back to choosing to disconnect, right? We choose to be alone because we just have elevated so much in our lives that we don't feel a connection with the people in our environment. We have just read a book, or taken a course, or we have finished education. We've got into a great relationship when people around us are not having good relationships, and that impacts our vitality. So if you're in love and you're in a great relationship, you definitely don't want to be around people who are like, yeah, with men and women are up, So I think that attributes to it as well. And then so we self-limit our interactions with other people. And baby, I'm here to tell you, it is not healthy. We are meant to interact with one another, to love one another, to support one another. We're not our sisters, our brother's keeper. We are our brother. We have a common thread, the human condition. And we've all gone through sadness, hurt, pain, happiness, joy, excitement, just in different instances and different experiences. But we all know what joy feels like. We all know what isolation feels like. And isolation begets that depression, that PTSD, the depressions. And now we have subcategories, I found out, of depression and anxiety. Childhood CPTSD, that's childhood trauma PTSD. So it's so many layers, it's getting thicker and thicker. And if we could just sit and talk with someone else to know that we are not alone, we're not going through these things in life alone, it would make all the difference in the world. Somebody that celebrates you for being you, just for being you. Because guess what? It ain't nothing like it. It did one. It's one. And I think we do not, after the person's gone, we gather and we celebrate life when they're gone. Why are we not celebrating life while they're living? The kids have a saying, give them their flowers while they're here. Let's celebrate life while we're here, not after we're gone. Another little bit about my experience with the PTSD that definitely came from being alone and moving and trying to find my tribe. I went from Maryland to Charlotte for a little while, and I had to deal with the isms, that America has. And I was unaware of them. I had no idea. I was like, what is it? Why people treat me like this? What does this mean? And not all people, just the people I was around, right? And I tried to find my way, and I could never find my way. And that's how I ended back in Maryland, because I just, from work, trying to find employment and trying to find friends, because y'all know up top, like, it's sometimes who you know and not what you know that can at least get your foot in the door, that can get you the interview, right? So I didn't have that there. I didn't have the connections there. I didn't have the money there, so I had no choice but to move back to Maryland. As soon as I did, connections started happening. That goes to show you how important relationships, friendships are. They really are. So another thing you have to deal with in the States too, as far as isolation, is having to go out in public and deal with little things. Who wants to work all day and sit in traffic? You sat in traffic to get home, right? Who wants to go outside and deal with Karens and Kevins? Don't nobody want to do that. So once again, you stay in, you are the in. You know what I mean? Social and economic stress is very heavy, and that equates to trauma. And your body will shut down. Your mind can only take so much, and you simply just shut down, beloved. I know, I shut down in the bed for days, right? Depression. We just lost Twitch. Yeah, DJ Twitch. We lost DJ Twitch. Restful journey to that brother. And you never know what's going on. Some people are saying, no, he couldn't have done it. Maybe there's a conspiracy. Whatever happened, he's not here anymore. Not in the physical sense. So that means something was going on with him, And a lot of us are ashamed to even say anything. If we go to the doctor, if we seek some type of clinical or medical attention, they come with the pills. Here come the pills. And that is another whole video within itself, right? And the fact that we have access to natural healing. We have access to herbs that will help us transform. And I'm going to get into that a little bit later, because I did have experience. So I went right into what we came here for. However, I have been missing in action because I went on a ceremony sister circle journey, y'all. This thing was magical. If you haven't followed my girl Nicole, I won't mess up her last name, Vladimir. I think I will put the link to her YouTube in the description. She's going on a ashwagandha experience, not ashwagandha, ayahuasca. And take ashwagandha, it's great for stress too. But ayahuasca, she's going on a journey this weekend. She's a bit nervous, so send her some good energy. And you all know I did an interview with a young lady who had an experience over at the Hacienda Santo Domingo. So go back and look at that video. I'll put the link in the description. So there's a lot of that goes on here. If you saw my last post in YouTube, you'll see where I mentioned that this place is a calling of healing. Okay, so if you have issues that are going on with your anxiety, isolation, depression, but you still manage to take this leap of faith in spite of those roundabouts, you will find that this place will beckon you to heal. If it's a physical healing, you will see, just like on Cortez's channel, his daughter, Robert, on his channel, all had surgery. Their body needed healing. If you have some mental things going on, social anxiety, social issues, mental, emotional, all of that, this place will make it bubble up. It's going to bubble up for you to look at and for you to deal with. So there are some people that can't handle it, y'all. Baby, they be gone. Honey, girl, dude, they be gone. They out of here the first thing smoking, because it's a mirror. And it's going to cause you to look at yourself. Some people commented on that post and said, yes, they were in other tropical areas that beckoned to them to deal with their issues. So that's why I focus in on these things, guys. I mean, Merida's beautiful. You'll find a place at a great price. The people are great. The food is good. It's healthy. We got seats. But it's things so much deeper than that. That a lot of us need to really look at and kind of start digging through. Just getting in the quagmire a little bit before you come here. And these are some of the things that are giving you hesitation, apprehension on making this step of making this leap of faith. So when you come here, this is a spiritual place. It's a sacred place. There's a vortex here. I've talked about this in previous videos. I've talked to other people who are experiencing the same thing in these videos, where they are just transformed by the energy here, by the sisterhood here, which is the next thing, which we'll get into, and the ability to do it if you allow yourself to heal fully. And it is indeed a journey. I haven't been here 6 months, y'all, and I'm a different person than when I got here on many levels. Financially, of course, in the saving, the money, which allows me to go out and go to places I wouldn't have been able to afford in the past, or maybe even had no interest in. And then the different things here that are not in the States. We have the pyramids here, the Mayan and Aztec ruins here. They got a museum with dinosaurs, because this is a place where the extinction was supposed to have occurred. They have a meteorite or UFO museum, because there are a lot of sightings of UFOs in Mexico. This is a whole nother level of the game, y'all. I wasn't even ready. I wasn't ready. But I'm telling you what, I got ready. And these things are so deep and of so much interest, and they connect you. Because you know the thing with us too, which has to do with isolation, is being brought to America, right? So that's the first part of the separation. It's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. So from that to the separation of the family welfare program. For my young people looking, if you've never seen the movie Claudine, go look at it. It'll explain a lot about the welfare system and the black man leaving the home. All of these things, I believe, are running through the veins of the states. You know, did you guys know that it was lakes over black cities in the States where these people killed or ran out the town and just flooded it? So underneath that water are buildings and cemeteries and homes and souls. And that's what I think that the issues with America are in the crux of the soil. That's just my opinion. My opinion. So I'm on better soil, y'all. And I'm trying to get the Underground Railroad popping. And I'm telling y'all come over here, you will immediately feel a release. My viewer who said, when I said unclench your jaw, A lot of y'all unclench your jaw and drop your shoulders. That's how tense you are. And don't even realize it. And specifically when driving and at work. Oh yeah. You'll find it tight all up in here. And that's all connected to your crown chakra. How you gonna shine? You being dumbed down. So isolation is something that you need to think about now. If you're having issues with it, look at it. I know it's hard, believe me. But I'm also here to tell you it's not normal. They got you thinking you're supposed to cut people off instead of having a conversation. And if you still yield to toxicity, that's one thing. But it would be amazing what could be resolved with just a conversation. And when you find out we're not so different, we're more alike than we're different. Yes. So that is something that I want you all to really look at, is the isolation that you're experiencing in your life. Look at the whys, look at the whos, and look at yourself and what you've done to disassociate, what you've done to disconnect. Because most of the time it's just a protective layer. Because when you've given people a chance time and time again, even different people, a chance, and you continue to get over, it's automatic to just shut it down. Nobody gets in. And it's so unfair because it's good people out there. Oh, they're here. So let's get to it. Enough with the isolation and depression, because it's here to lift it up. You're going to come up out of it. We're coming up out of that isolation, and I'm going to give you a road to get on. So this is the part where I talk about my course. So a lot of you are dealing with fears and don't know what it is that's scaring you. And that's what my course does. It's so much more than about moving to Merida. And I want to thank the people who have taken my course. I also want to ask Maria, who registered for the course and a consultation. I've sent you a couple of emails. Shout out PSA. Send me an email. I sent you your log-on information. I just haven't heard from you, and I'm concerned. So, and that goes for anybody who's taken the course. You haven't heard from it. If you have any issues signing in, please send me an email. I'm always online. I'm always checking for y'all. Okay? So that's the thing with the course. It's going to help you with the family issues, help you with the fear, help you with your self-worth. You know what I mean? To let you know you're worthy. Help you make a commitment to change. Help you to take action. You know what I mean? Look through it on tianiki.com. Look through the guide and see if any of those things apply to you. It's a completely affordable course, and it's really good. And I built it for us. I didn't build a physical building, but I kind of built a metaphysical boat, right? It's a boat. It's a plane to get you here or anywhere that you may want to go, and let you know you can do it. From where I came from, y'all seen it. If I can do it, child, you can do it, and you don't need much to do it. You just need a lot of faith, a lot of knowing, and a lot of doing. And then once you do and you go, you can just be, right? And just get into it. So for my isolated people, I'm here. People are here for you. They just may not be where you are. So just reach out to the phone you have in your hand or the computer you're looking at and start researching places to go and things to do outside of your comfort zone. If you need more help and more guidance, take the course. Take it. It's a living, breathing, interactive study of you. It's of you, because I be you and you be me and we be us, right? And we're all on this journey of self-discovery and soul movement, whether it be internal and external, to a better place that gives us peace, peace of mind, peace of pocket, and be around some good people. So speaking of good people, I mentioned that I went to a ceremony this past weekend. It was a psilocybin ceremony of which I partook, and it was life-changing. It was magical. I like to send a shout out to Amma, who holds retreats here. So just like the Santo Domingo, Hacienda Santo Domingo, we have Amma here, and she has a retreat that's like 7 minutes from my house. Beautiful home, y'all. She got you got to see it. So she's going to interview with us, right? I'm excited. So we're going to have an interview. We're going to have an interview with Amma. And we're going to talk about the sisterhood here in Merida. Now, for my men watching, don't click off. You thought I was going to leave you out. You know I never leave y'all out. I never leave y'all out. I can only speak from a sisterhood because I am a sister. But my goal is always to open this up for men because, let's make a left right here for a second. Understand if you are having, and Cortez has spoken on this as well, if you have issues in your life, whether it be with you or with somebody else that you bring with you, those issues will not go away when you get here. I can promise you they will intensify. Oh yeah, they will intensify, and you will be called to act. There will be a call to action because of the energy that is here. So it's a warning. If you're not ready to evolve, elevate, manifest, generate, reflect, project, do some inner work and some outer work, this might not be the place for you. If you want to just chill, and you will chill after you do the inner work, that's the ultimate chill because you got to be inside before you be outside, right? But if you got all that and you like, I can't handle it, look somewhere else for just the beach. Just the beach, because Merida is a different vibe. It's a whole vibe. Please hear me when I tell you. It is a whole vibe. And the things that we held on to in the States, we have to let them go when we come here. It is a must. This place will make you do it. In time, everybody, grows at their own rate and date, right? So whenever your time comes, this is your journey. However, there will be a beacon to you to look at these things, look at who you're with, look at your life. And then if you decide to take on this journey, because Amma is a shaman, and that's what we do in Mexico, you will definitely have to deal with some things. So if you have a desire to get all that trauma out and free yourself, this is absolutely the place for you. If you're looking for a sisterhood of women that are supportive, who are not on no ego trip, who are here, who understand and celebrate your womanhood and your individuality and how big you are in the room, this is the place for you. I have met some beautiful Black women. Oh my God. Oh, y'all. I ain't gonna cry. I have met some beautiful, all ages, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Beautiful, beautiful, willing to ride with you along this journey here, and so selfless. I implore you to take the leap of faith, look into your options, go back and look at the groups video, because this is the way you meet people and you weed your way through the group. That group name may not be, but you'll find another one and you'll find people within the group to connect with. I'm in the habit of matchmaking, so if you get a consultation and take the course, and you come and we hook up, I will introduce you to some of these beautiful women because we go on outings. We went off. I forgot to tell you, I went to the English Library of Merida, and I went on a walking tour of 3 houses that were built here in Merida in the 1800s. I took video. Don't worry, I got it coming to you. That's why I've been busy, y'all. I've been gone. I've been getting it. I've been out there experiencing life, living life. Yes. Because in Merida, the life is for the living. So this is a particularly place for me. But I always encourage you to look for the place for you. And the best way to do that is take a trip. Schedule a trip. Yeah, schedule a trip. And look for a person at the city or country you're going and have a consultation with them. Or if they have a course, take the course. I'm trying to make it fluid for you guys. So as you take my course or we have a consultation where we go through and you're prepped, then you'll be able to go with Cortez and find a place to live. Or find a place to stay for 6 months or 3 months and just take a break. And I guarantee you will completely be a different person if you allow yourself to be and to experience all that the Yucatan has to offer. It is magical here, y'all. It's magical. It's magical, child. So if you register for the course, if you register for the consultation, check your spam. So people with AOL domains, you automatically kind of go to spam. So look for it in your spam folder. Yahoo too, if you have a Yahoo email domain, look for it in your spam. Add me to your protected list. Also, if you haven't, go follow the blog. I give a lot of information on what to do, where to go, how to do it, when we did it, when we gonna do it, how we be, you be, I be. All of that is in my blog. It's stuff that I think about and I don't get on video. And it's also something to keep you guys motivated, inspired, and directed in between videos. So I'll be back on my joints next week. But this has just been just a transformative week ever since Saturday. I will have Alma on from her psilocybin retreat. She's an absolutely wonderful host. We had a whole Broadway presentation. It was awesome. We listened to music, we unwind, we ate vegan, we had some watermelon, and we had lentil. My girl, shout out to Dee for the lentil salad we had. It was just all good, y'all. And her retreat place is beautiful. Grounds are beautiful. Rooms to stay in, a pool, jacuzzi, lounge out. That night it was a full moon. It was the bomb. And it was Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because it was, the weekend. You don't have to wait to celebrate your life to the weekend, y'all. It's people here that are nomads, that are working. They work in the day, and at night they go out and enjoy themselves. Because this place provides a work-life balance, right? For my retirees, y'all can rock it till the wheels fall off because it's affordable. A lot of the things we do are free. We have get-togethers. If you're in the area and you're 50 plus, we're having Christmas party. Email me, Nicky@gmail.com. Also, if you're younger, please let me know because I'm getting these 40-year-olds together. You guys are coming out here. My girlfriend used the word herding. So there seems to be some herding going on. So we're here for you. Follow Cortez, follow me, take the course. Call for consultation. I'll get you on the right road, connect you with some people. The course will help you work through those blockages and stuff that you may have. So I think that's all that I have for you today, y'all. I don't have much. I just, me, I be quick because it's about quality information. You don't need 5 hours. You don't need it. If you're saying something that's pertinent and full of information and inspiration, right? So that's what we do over here. So remember to do your meditations, you guys. Remember to do your affirmations. That will help you with any self-imposed limitations that you may be experiencing. Also, watch your isolation. We'll close with that. Go back with that sense of loneliness that you may have. Believe me, it is because you are where you are. It ain't normal, and it ain't good. It's not healthy. It's just not healthy. Because you isolate yourself from others, you'll isolate yourself from yourself. That's where the depression, the anxiety, and the PTSD and all this comes from. Self-abandonment. Because we've just given up. But when we're not, we on the comeback. Because we got things to do and we got places to go. Right? So be encouraged. Take all the courses. Take a class on healing if you can find that. You guys know I always try to spread the thing. Someone asked me about the holidays in Merida. So in Merida, they said celebrate the holidays. It's for real. Everybody got lights up. They are very much so into Christmas and the New Year's celebration. A lot of firecrackers and stuff go off. They do have a lot of events. Remember to go to Mid City Beat on Facebook and look at them for information. They always keep up with what's going on in the city. Also, I'll be posting more of the events and what's going on, when they're going on, so that you can also schedule a visit. If you know it's about to go down at a certain time, you'll know when you need to schedule your trip. So that's it today, kiddios. On the next one, we'll be with Sister Alma. We're going to talk about her retreat, and we're going to talk about the richness, baby. Woo, the richness of the sisterhood here in Merida, Mexico. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into the sisterhood because it is strong here. And there's some beautiful, beautiful women here doing the damn thing, living their best. The dogs are living their best life out here too. There's some dogs. I've seen a lot of dogs laying out by the pool. Honey, bring your dog. This is a pet-friendly place. So bring your animals, bring your loved ones, get your situation in order before you leave. If you need to work through some things, start now. Besides learning Spanish, and I know the Spanish class was supposed to come, y'all. It's coming. It's still coming. That don't stop the show. Still study. Besides Spanish, work on y'all. Work on your relationship. Work on it, because if you come here, it's going to work on you. Always going to work on you. And it will work on you as a person. So start now cleaning out some of those cobwebs in the attics of your heart and your mind, and just start organizing and pushing some of those boxes out of the way. Open up the window and let the sun shine in before you start taking the tape off. Open them up and getting rid of those things that are outdated and that you just simply do not need anymore. They are too heavy to carry on the journey that you are embarking upon. So keep it moving. Email me if you got questions. Take the consultation. Boom, boom. Thank you all for taking it. Y'all been taking it. I appreciate you. Take the course. Y'all been taking it. Continue. I want to just get the word. I'm going to keep saying it because it's good and you need it, and you know you need it. So go on and do it. Take it, and you will be more enriched and more committed. See, when you do that, you start digging in, right? So because you're investing, but you're investing in you, right? So do that and make it happen, Captain. So that's it for today, y'all. I'll see you next week when we talk about the sisterhood in Merida. So until next time, peace.